As oil from the BP spill begins washing ashore on Mississippi beaches, crews are out in force, doing their best to combat what Hurricane Alex has pushed their way, while several former coastal residents gather on Kincomb's Pier in Gulfport for a first-hand look at what's happening to their hometowns.
It's very heartbreaking and gut-wrenching to come out here and see the damage that's occurring and what can happen to the economy here.
It's really sad to see it. I hope and pray that there's something that they can do, something.
Yeah, it's an amazing sight to see oil on top of the water. It really is. I've been watching it on the news a whole lot, and I just decided I wanted to ride down and see for myself.
You brought your grandkids to show them too, so they remember.
Exactly.
While the cleanup gets underway on the world's largest man-made beaches, at the command center of the Mississippi National Guard on Biloxi's Back Bay, flight crews and support personnel are literally going the extra mile to respond to the nation's largest environmental disaster.
Currently, Guard 031 is vectoring the Princess Jasmine II into a skimming operation just north of Petty Boy, over.
For Colonel Lee Smithson, Captain Steve Cochran, and more than 100 other guardsmen already on the ground or in the air on Mississippi's Gulf Coast, this mission hits home like few others.
Like I told my guys the other day, we all have Mississippi driver's license. We're from the state. We have a very vested interest in fixing this oil spill as quickly as we possibly can. And this is not just a job to us. This is our home turf.
The Guard provides what no other state agency can, an experienced civil support team, aircraft, and skilled flight crews to observe and direct cleanup operations at sea and on land.
We fly south of the barrier islands trying to get the earliest possible indications and warning we can that oil impact is imminent in the near future. We constantly fly the Mississippi Sound to see if anything made it through the ship channels between the barrier islands. And on a regular basis, we'll conduct a reconnaissance flight of every boom we have in Mississippi waters to try to do quality control, quickly verify that something's been broken in order to get the repair teams out, because every time there's a storm, every time there's wave action, they'll get broken, they'll get pushed out of place, and they need to be put back into place as quickly as possible.
We take our aircraft and figure out what they need to look at with our video imagery on our RC-26 aircraft to the helicopters, and we kind of answer the so what. We all know where the oil is. We're trying to figure out where it's going, where it's going to be, and how we can head it off at the pass, if you will.
Yeah, we're about 4 or 5 minutes out from that area that I was going to show you.
That's a Roger. What you're seeing there is a sheen, which is your lightest products of oil. Very thin, very light, and they reflect back rainbow colors. And effectively, they're so thin, you can't really skim that up. That burns off and evaporates. Your thicker colors, your reds, your rust-colored deposits, those are the ones that will be skimmed up and cleaned. Before the sun comes up, we use thermal imaging on the RC-26 to try to get an area survey to see where our targets are. And based on that, I'll vector the helicopters to work certain areas, either east or west, or go farther south to confirm or deny reports that we've got from other sensors.
Again, the crews are on standby continuously on a 2-hour string to respond to last-minute requirements that's provided to us through the ICC. So op tempo's moderate right now. We expect for that to continue to go up, and we're ready to support the mission. The guys in the unit and the gals in the unit all understand that this is our mission. They're excited to be down here, and they are truly willing to be down here and do something that's a lot more closer to home and in support of our state of Mississippi.
Meanwhile, back on Gulfport's beach, that commitment is appreciated by cleanup crews, tourists, and residents, many of whom echoed the thoughts of an 11-year-old Gulfport girl.
It's gross, and it's ugly and bad, and it's sad.
For Newsocracy, I'm Jim Albritton reporting from the Mississippi Gulf Coast.